Criminal gangs are looting humanitarian supplies under the surveillance of Israeli forces. Yes, the very aid that is meant to save lives in Gaza is being stolen. Armed gangs have taken over Gaza's aid routes, intercepting trucks carrying desperately needed food, medicine, and blankets. And to no one's surprise, this is happening in areas monitored by Israeli drones and surrounded by Israeli tanks. Witnesses, including truck drivers and UN officials, described to the Financial Times how 8 trucks are ambushed just kilometers from the Karam Abu Salam crossing. One driver recounted how masked men shot out his tires, threatened him at gunpoint, and stole everything on board the vehicle he was driving. And yet no action was taken by Israeli forces stationed nearby. A UN memo seen by the Financial Times goes even further, accusing the Israeli military of passive, if not active, benevolence toward these gangs. Some humanitarian officials believe this is no coincidence, suggesting that Israel's inaction is a deliberate tactic to deepen Gaza's suffering. UN officials and humanitarian workers on the ground argue that the systemic looting under Israeli surveillance could not happen without at least some level of complicity. Even gang bases stockpiled with looted supplies are openly visible just 1.5 kilometers from the border. Israeli surveillance drones see everything, yet these criminal hubs remain untouched. The scale of this crisis is staggering. The United Nations estimates that up to 30% of aid entering Gaza is stolen. In a single recent incident, 97 out of 109 UN trucks were lost. This behavior is not new to Israel. In May, outgoing Israeli police chief Kobi Shabtai revealed that Police Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir had prevented him from protecting aid convoys from Israeli far-right and settler protesters attempting to block the relief efforts to Gaza. The same month, The Guardian reported that members of Israel's security services and military were tipping off protesters about the timing and movement of aid trucks, enabling their interception. Just recently, Ben-Gvir reiterated his stance, telling Israeli media that he opposes any form of humanitarian assistance entering Gaza. So Israel is not only bombing and killing civilians in Gaza, but is also aiding in the looting of life-saving aid, further exacerbating the suffering of the Palestinian population.